Hi and welcome to another Frank Answers Your Questions. During the week I received an email from somebody and they said, Frank, how do I manage to control my work day? How do I actually do it? Because it's just spiralling totally out of control. And I suppose what I'm putting together here, there are lots of things you need to do to manage your workday. Number one, is what we're going to cover off today, which is you have to start with some form of a list. You also have to get good at prioritising. You also have to get good at managing interruptions. You also have to get good at finding quiet time. You also have to get good at areas such as, if you're a manager, being there for your team, but also being there to get your own tasks done. So there's lots and lots. And we're not going to cover it all in one video. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series of videos, or break up the videos into various areas. So the first part of controlling your workday I'm going to cover on this video, and then there'll be a video number 2 on controlling workday, and a video number 3, and a video number 4, and a video number 5, and so on. So we're through to the first part of it, and the first part of controlling any workday is you need to start with a list. Now, I don't care whether you call it a to-do list, I don't care whether you call it an action plan, I don't care with what you call it, okay? But you do need to start with some form of a list. What I'm going to say to you is that list needs to be either on one piece of paper, in an A4 pad, or in a pad, or in a book, on one piece of paper, or alternatively it needs to be either on a spreadsheet or a Word document or something like that if you want to keep it on computerized, or you can actually do it through most kind of email accounts nowadays. You can actually do it through them as well, but it needs to be in one place. What a list isn't, it is not 55,000 yellow stickies around your computer, your desk, your lamp, everything. It is not, that is not a to-do list. A to-do list should be just one piece of paper in one place at any given time, or one of something. It's what I call a run and scratch list. It's something that you know that you've got to get these things to do, and you write them down. Now, does that mean that everything that gets written on the to-do list is going to get actioned? And the answer is probably no. Because if you get good at writing things down that you need to get done, that will form a large list. From that then, you need to get good at prioritising from that. So we'll cover that another day, but you need to get good at prioritising from that. But you need to start off with this run and scratch list. I think what is important is that you do this run and scratch list, or this to-do list, at the same time every day. And the reason I say that is because it is said that if you do something at the same time every day for 40 days, it becomes a habit. And this is a good habit to get into. It really is a good habit to get into. To start off with a list of things that you need to get done. Again, this is only part 1. We also need to look at the list and say, well, okay, on that list, there could be things that we delegate. And that's important. Oh, but just going back, by the way, just going back to the same time every day, it's an important thing that I forgot to just cover there. And that is, well, what is the best time of the day? And the answer is there isn't really one. But what most people do is they will do a to-do list either just before they leave work in the evening, and we are talking about work now for a second, or they will do it when they arrive first thing at work in the morning. And there are positives to both. Now, let me just tell you about doing a to-do list before you leave work in the evening. It is often said that if you get into the habit of doing a to-do list before you leave work in the evening, psychologically, you are leaving that to-do list on your desk and then going home and saying, okay, this is my home time now, work-life balance, and my work will still be there when I get there back in the morning. So there is an argument that says, that you are better to do it in the evening. But also, there's an argument that says, well, hold on, I'm better to do my to-do list first thing in the morning. And the reason why is because when you do your to-do list first thing in the morning, people tend to have more energy levels in the morning think clearer and think straighter. In fact, most people are either what's called a lark or an owl. And a lark is somebody who has more energy level in the morning, and an owl is somebody who has more energy level in the evening. But for most of us, if we actually look, we will find that majority of people have more energy levels in the morning. So therefore, some people say, well, you're better to do a to-do list in the morning. So are you better in the evening, the night before you leave work, or the morning? I don't really care. What I do say is, as long as you do it and you stick to it and you do it for the next 40 days, then I do care, because then it forms a habit. Does it always work? Well, sometimes even myself, I'll start off on a day and I won't do a list, but the difference is I'm very aware, and by 10 o'clock, if I've done that, then I will stop, go and get a coffee or something, and then start a list and start again, because it does make a difference. It really does make a difference. The other things we've got to think of is when we do the list, going back to what I just started to say there earlier, is are there items on that we can delegate to other people? Do we have other people in our team that we can delegate some of this stuff to? Always remember, you can only do the doable, you can only control the controllable. But what is important as the first step to time management is that you need to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. And if we can do that, because it's all about effective decision making, why am I doing this task? What am I doing and why am I doing it? And if we can get good at that, then we're well on the road to effectively controlling our day. But the first step is to start off with some form of a list. And really a list is the first step. It's scheduling your day, scheduling your tasks and scheduling your work. So when we look and come back to it, what am I saying in this? I'm saying there's a few things. Number one, you need to start off with a to-do list. It should be one piece of paper or on your laptop, not 50 yellow stickies around your laptop or anything like that. The second thing is it should be a kind of a run and scratch list that you put things on. You may not ever kind of get to the end of it, but you need to then look at prioritising, which is covered on another video. You need to start getting good at doing it at the same time every day, and you need to do that for 40 days. You do need to look and say, are there things on this that I can pass on to others to delegate and get them off my to-do list? And we also need to understand that it's really all about, you can only do the doable, you can only control the controllable. What we're trying to do here is say, look, we need to know what we're doing. We need to have a plan of action. And it starts with a list, because a list is the first step in scheduling your work. So I hope you've taken some into account for this video. There are more videos about controlling your day. What do you do next after the list? So there will be a control in your day 2, and a control in your day 3, and a control in your day 4, etc, etc. But this is number 1, and you need to start with a list. Again, this is Frank from Premier Training. Hope you found that worthwhile, and please look into some of the other Frank Answers Your Questions videos. Thank you.